and a very happy new year. It feels like I haven't seen you guys for ages. So I really do hope that you had a great holiday season and that you had a great new year as well. Thank you everyone that has popped in. Hello there, Samara. I do hope that you're having a wonderful day today. So we're taking it relaxed today, as you can tell. So we did have a new release on Tuesday, and I will be looking through all of the fabulous products as well. The fabulous Ali should be popping in to moderate. If not, I will see if I can get someone else in there to pop in the links. Hey there, Nancy and Stacy. I really do hope that you're having a great day today. If you do share this live stream, you are in with a chance of winning a $15 gift certificate to the Ulta New store. So I am going to jump in. So I am going to move around the cameras so we can take a closer look at the products. Okay, give me 1 second as I just move on to this one. Okay, so hopefully we're good. Okay, all right. So these are the samples that I had for the products. All right, sorry. Okay, hopefully that's okay. Let's go into the subscription products that we have. So first up, we have the Loving You. This is the Craft Your Life project kit. And in here, we do get the 6x8 stamp set. So you can see that we have all of this wonderful typography on there. We have the love, we have the you, and then we also have quite large sentiments for the smaller ones in this set as well that kind of mix and match with the large love and you on there. As well as the stamp set, we also have the die set available, and that is going to cut out the large love and the large you as well. And you can see that you're going to get all of that detail in between all of these landlocked areas on there. As well as that, you're also going to get the Loving You stencil set. So this is going to color in all of those flowers that you can see wrapped around the large words on the dies. So you're going to be able to quickly and easily color those in. And as well as that, we also have a 3D embossing folder, and this is beautiful. This can be used for all different backgrounds. You can use it for all different occasions, and it will be wonderful to use on all of your projects that you have there. So that is the Loving You kit, and I do have a sample off to the side so you can see just how easy it is to kind of use all of those products together to create a beautiful card. Okay, next up we have the Build a Garden, and this has a stamp set, a stencil set, and then you can also get the add-on die set. I'll bring that in separately. So in the kit, when you do buy it together, you can see that you get the 6x8 stamp set and the stencil set, and you're also going to get a mini blending tool. Hello there, everyone that has popped in. Hey there, Sue. I hope that you had a great new year. This one is so pretty, and it's really quite large. You can see that we have this daisy crown image along here, and then we have a singular one over to the side, as well as some really beautiful bold sentiments on there as well. Within the packaging, we do have the layering guide, so you can quickly and easily know how to put this together. So you're going to get the stamp set and also the stencil set. Now this is a different size stencil set than usual. This is 4.5 by 8. And you do get 6 stencils in here. So a lot of stencils to color in all of those images. The reason we've gone with a different size stencil on here is so you can add in this whole piece really quickly and easily, rather than have it on a 6x6 stencil and you would have to move them. You don't need to do it with these. It's all going to be in one kind of movement with that large piece that we have on the side. Hey Audrey, and a happy new year to you. As well as that, you can get the add-on die set that's going to cut out the 2 large images that we have in the stamp set, as well as the large sentiments in there as well. Okay, So that is the daisy crown. We then have our crafter flower. This is crafter flower pansies. This is so, so pretty. As you can see, we have all of these images, two blooms and lots of leaves. I love the amount of different leaves we get in here. Normally we only get like one or two, maybe three different kinds of leaves, but I just love the plethora that we have in here because I love adding lots of leaves to my flower clusters. So we do have two flowers. Both flowers are on two different dies. So you can cut all the pieces for one die in one go and then all the one in for the other. We do have the beautiful kind of key lock system on there as well, so you can easily do the layering. Next up, we have our Dynamic Duo. This one is ever so fun. This is the Floral Whimsy. So in the Dynamic Duo, if you get it in subscription, you will get the stamp set and also the stencil set. We have two 6x6 stencils in here, which is going to allow you to create a huge kind of floral array. And you can see here that you're just going to need to move it a couple of times just to add in the flower centers. Otherwise, it's kind of near enough one go apart from the flower centers. You're just going to pop them in, stencil them, and then do the rest. And then you do get the stamp set to add in all of the details. You don't necessarily have to use them together, but they do work perfectly together. So you can see here are all the details. If you wanted to as well, you could definitely have these, stamp them, and then kind of paint around them loosely. And that would be a different look with this, which would be a cool way to try and play with that one. We also have the die available, and that's going to cut out the whole arrangement in one go. So you're going to have all of these different elements so you can create your own flower clusters really quickly. As well as that, we have the Bountiful Blooms that Mini Delight. This is so, so cute. So we do have the two little buds together and the little hello on the die. And then we have the layering flowers and also the little sentiments on there. I am going to try and go through these quite quickly so we can get into some cards. We do have a lot to get through, but I'm just going to show you a couple of samples rather than talk through the stamp set, just so you can see what kind of cards you can create with that one. Okay. I know this is already sold out, but you can go and request to be emailed as soon as it comes back in stock. This is the newest subscription that we have. This is the Stencil Art Playful Watercolor Flowers. And in here we have 6 stencils, and this is going to create 2 different bouquets. We have a larger one and we also have a smaller one. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one because, like I said, it has already sold out, and I don't want to kind of show stuff that you can't actually get right now. So that one is the Stencil Art Playful Watercolor Flowers. Let's move on to the regular release products. And I'll move some of these in. Okay. 1 second. I'm just going to check and see if someone's coming. All right. 1 sec. Sorry. Okay. So this is the Jewel Botanicals, and this is a huge die set. You can see here that we have a large flower in here. You can definitely layer these up in many different ways, but it is originally made to look like this. But I think if you wanted to, you could definitely cut the smaller one a number of times and create a smaller flower. You can use the middle-sized ones to create some mid-sized flowers and the large ones to create some larger ones. You don't necessarily need to use it to create this all of the time. You can definitely kind of move and play with these. And then we do have that really cute layered butterfly in there as well. Like I said, this die set is huge. So if you love huge dies, this may be one that you want to add to your stash. And you can see there that I've just used the little, I say little, it is quite sizable by itself, the little butterfly that we have on there. Okay, Samara, I knew you would love that butterfly. It's so cute. Next up, we have the Dear Heart die. So as you can see, we have this beautiful detailed floral heart on here. We have some little kind of tulip flowers. We have some like daisies, some more, I would call these more of a daffodil with the pointed design. And then we also have some paisleys in there as well as some little dots and swirls. It is very detailed, very, very pretty. It would look great if you could inlay die cut this, or you can just add that as a frame or a layer behind something. Completely up to you how you want to use that. Vicky has the jeweled bouquet on her wish list. And it's a good one to have on your wish list. Hey there, Sue, and everyone else that has popped in. I'm sorry if I did miss you popping in. I hope that you've had a fabulous day so far. Next up, we have the dainty hearts. Now, this is a hot foil plate and coordinating stencil. So you do get these separately, or you can buy the complete bundle and have it all in one go. This is a sizable die, so this will cover the front of an A2 card base, and we have these beautiful floral heart images on there. You don't necessarily need to use this for love cards if you don't want to. You could use it for all different occasions. You could cut around these hearts if you wanted to as well, to create your own like borders and little embellishments to add on scrapbook pages. Completely up to you how you want to go with that one. We also have the stencil set. Now this includes 3 stencils, and to save kind of on stencils on this one, it does have the flip system. So instead of having 6 stencils, you only have 3, so a lower price point. But what that means is you're going to add it onto your hot foil plate. You're going to color in this image, clean that off, remember to clean it off, flip it over and color in the rest of that part of the image. So that's really cut down on the stencils and really lowered that price point. We do have the layering guide within here, so it is going to show you which ones you need to flip and ink to create this beautiful effect that you can see in here. Okay, the lovely Ali is behind the badge. Please let me know if someone else has popped in. But yeah, everyone say hi to Ali. This is her first time moderating, and she will be with us off and on. Okay, next up we have the beautiful butterfly. Now this is the first time, sorry, I only just got it, so it's still in packaging. This is the first time that we have a better press with the coordinating simple coloring stencil. So it's really cool, the first of its kind for us over here at Alta New. So in this you are going to get that beautiful detailed flying butterfly as well as a number of sentiments. Now remember, you don't need the better press system to use this. You can use this as a hot foil plate. So if you wanted to and you have hot foil plate, a hot foil machine and foils, and you wanted to foil this, you can use that on that as well. So it's really cool to do that. As well as that, we have the stencil, which is going to color in all of the pieces of the die, and then we of the better press, and then we have the die, which is going to cut around that butterfly and also the sentiments. All right, we have another press plate for you. This is the love story. This is great if you do have lots of wedding invites to create or save the dates. Also, you can use this for all different occasions and anniversaries or birthdays as well. So we have large happy anniversary and save the date, and we have a number of different sentiments and some little, I say little, they're quite sizable numbers, so you can add the date onto your projects. You can see a lot of inspiration for this over on the website, and I would recommend that you go and check that up. All right. Next up, we have the zero waste field of flowers. I know this one is going to be popular, so I think Sue might be one that's partial to maybe adding this one to her stash. So we have the layering stencil set, and also the zero waste die. So in the field of flowers, the zero waste field of flowers, we do have 4 stencils, and this is pretty similar to the kind of look that you're going to get with the mushrooms that we had months back. But in here, you're just going to layer these up one on top of the other to create a beautiful background. So I am going to open this up so you can see. And that is how it's going to be looking when you do it. This one does have a ton of great inspiration on the blog hop and also on the website. Once you have created your background, we then have the Field of Flowers die, which is then going to cut out all of the little images that we have just stenciled. And you're also going to be able to use this background piece as a background die. It's very cool, very lovely. All right. Next up, we have the Mega Blossom. And this has 4 6x6 stencils, and this is going to create a really beautiful looking floral rose. Floral rose? A rose. We do have the layering guide in there. The stencils do have etching, so it's really easy to layer up. And you can see just how big it is on this project here. Okay. We are getting through. We're nearly at the end, and then we're going to be able to create something pretty. Next up, we have the Enchanted Beginnings. So we do have the 3D embossing folder and the simple coloring stencil set for this. In here, we have a beautiful lady wearing a Art Deco gown. We have a dapper little groom on the side there. And then we also have a bouquet. Now, this necessarily doesn't need to be used for weddings. You can use this for maybe you want to be my bridesmaid, and you could also use it for prom cards as well. So maybe making this a really bright color dress will really greaten the kind of scope that you have with this one. So with the simple coloring set, you're going to get one for the dress. You're going to get a mask for the dress. You're going to get the suit. Sorry, I've got it the wrong way. The suit, his little shoe. And then you're going to get the lilies and also the leaves on the bouquet. Okay, sorry, Ali, we're just trying to steam through these so we can get on to making something. Next up, we have the Tufted Elegance. I was going to say elephants. There's no elephants here. This is all elegance, no elephants. And this is a 6x6 3D embossing folder. You can see that we have that beautiful kind of fishnet look, but with these kind of dots in there as well. A really great, elegant looking piece there, and you can see just how well it goes in the background. Hey there, Tracy and Ruth. I hope that you're all good. Sorry if I have missed any comments, but we want to get through these, right? All right, okay. One Go Loving Sentiments. So if you're not accustomed to our One Go sentiment sets, I will show you this just so you can see. It is literally one stamp. So that means when you stamp this, you're not just stamping one sentiment, you're stamping a number of different sentiments that you can kind of chop apart and then use on your projects. Really great way to save time when crafting. And I do tend to keep a little thing of my sentiments off to the side so I can just grab these when I need them. I don't tend to create a sentiment for each card. I will normally just grab one for the side if I'm just creating them. If I'm creating for a video, I will create it, but normally I'll just grab it off to the side. Then what will go with that is the One Go Birthday Greetings die set. Now this we released last year, and this works with the Birthday Greetings stamp set. So you're going to be able to create lots of birthday greetings, but it also works perfectly with the One Go Loving Sentiments. So you can see it's going to chop all of those out in different banner shapes, some with rounded corners, and it's going to look great on all of your projects. So if you do get that, the die set, you are going to be able to use it with 2 different stamp sets to create loads of different sentiments. Okay, right. Okay. Outlined Love You die. We have this large outline of love you, and you can see how big it is on here. I'm sorry I'm trying to steam through this. I really want to get to making something. We also have the Love You sentiments, which has the smaller one of the die, and then also bits that can go with the die set. All right. Okay, on to something a little bit different. We have the color by number and also the acrylic markers. These are fabulous, and I love the storage system of this. It makes my heart smile. Normally I don't keep marker storage because I like to keep them in my own, but this one I'm not going to get rid of. So this is the color by number Instant Artist. In here you get 12 sheets. We have 6 designs, one with a black outline and one with a gray outline. What's different to these is we do have, hopefully you can see, I'm not sure. I did put this on manual focus so it wouldn't zoom in and out. But what it does have, it has numbers on all of the open spaces of this. So that, and they are going to coordinate with the acrylic markers. So the acrylic markers themselves, oh, look at this storage system, right? So you open that up and then you can flip it and they're not going to fall out until you open this bit. And these are, oh, these markers are just so creamy. All right, so, and then what you're going to do is, I'm going to grab this because I haven't finished it. I didn't have time. And then this one says number 13. And I'm like, oh, okay, then I'll just grab one of the markers out. And this one, coincidentally, has number 13 on. So that is going to be the right marker to do this. Okay, sorry, Audrey. And then all you're going to do is look how silky and buttery that is. Obviously, you're going to take your sweet time when you're doing this. You're going to sit there, you're going to relax. You're not going to have to worry about what colors to do because the colors are already marked out on the sheet. That's not saying that you can't use any other colors that you have at home. If you have other colors at home and you want to use those, grab them out. As long as it's an opaque marker and it's going to cover over that little number that we have in the light gray, it's going to be good to go. But just look at, oh, Ruth, yes, great for travel. You can definitely just pop that in your bag, and then you'll be just good to go. You won't need to take anything else. Maybe a sturdy board to sit on, but then you could always do it on that, right? You could always color away on there and then open up your other, travel, amazing. All right, okay. But I did want to show you the colors and just how well they look. So these are all the colors that you're going to get in those acrylic markers. Just look how beautiful they are. And the white is actually really white. You can see just how opaque that is on our jet black cardstock there. All right, last but not least, everyone, before we get to make a project, all right, I'm going to have to make some quick projects for today. We do have some new storage options. Love them. So first up, I'm going to go with these ones. I normally show the other ones, but now we're going to go with the Zip and Keep. Now, these are like I'm going to say a buttery kind of plastic. And I know it sounds weird, but when you get these, you're going to realize how silky they are and just how malleable they are. They are beautiful. Now, each of these pockets are huge. So I'm just going to measure it for you. I believe it's, yep. So it's 9 by 13, not including the strip at the top. And the front of the pouch is clear. So you're going to be able to see, apart from the little embossed Altenew we have on there, but the back side is opaque white. So that means if you have these stored with other things in, you're going to only be able to see what's in that pocket. So you're not going to get distracted about what's in this pocket. So if you're looking for something and you can see it, you know it's definitely in this one. You don't need to rummage through all of the pockets to see it, but they are fun. So these do come in packs of 3. Now you can get a pack like this that has a white one, a grey one, and a blue one, or you can get a pack of 3 with all blue, you can get a pack of 3 with all grey, or you can get a pack of 3 with all of the white ones. Really fabulous to store things, and I really can't wait to use them. I have been holding off on using them so I could show them today, but now I'm just going to shove all of my things in them. All right. And now we have the Zip and Stash. These are beautiful. So these are a kind of a mesh storage pouch, but the mesh is covered with plastic. So that means if you pop anything in here, you're not going to lose anything. It's not going to be able to pop through. We have this fabulous vegan leather on all of them. These do come in a pack of 1, so you will need to choose which color to add to your stash. We have the blue, we have the yellow, and we have the teal. I can't pick a favorite. I would probably have to go for all 3 again. All right, so there we go. There we go. I'm going to move on so we can create things. Please let me know what you have bought, what's your favorite, and what you would like to see. I'm just trying to choose what I want to do, and it's hard Okay, let's go with the Field of Flowers, unless someone pops in really quickly before I find it. You do have time. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's go with the Field of Flowers. I'm going with this one because I know that this is going to be popular, and I wanted to show a little bit different way to use it as well. I mean, we're going to do the usual way, but we're going to add a little bit. All right. So I have my stencils. I'm also going to grab my low tack sticky mat, which I should have given a little bit of a wipe because it's not as sticky as usual. You know, when you press down on it and it kind of sticks to your finger? It's not doing that today. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab myself a wipe and I'm just going to go over the whole thing. I can see I've got glitter on this, so obviously the glitter is going to stop it being sticky. But once you have done that, give it a little bit of an air dry. That is going to become sticky again. So it's just like a photopolymer stamp, just huge. Hi there, Karen. Okay. Yeah. People are adding things to their wish lists. I know how you feel. I have wish lists everywhere. And then you have to prioritize your wish list, right? You have to go through, put things to the top. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to add a panel. So this is a 4¼ by 5½ solar white panel. And I'm going to grab number 1. So I'm just going to pop that into place. Now, what you can do is you can kind of go into the singular leaf spaces with different colors, but just to save on time and because I want to get through at least 2 projects today, I am going to go in a little bit quicker. I'm going to use some of the newest inks that we have, and this is the Forest Trails, and I'm going to go in with the matcha tea. Hiccups. Matcha tea. So this is, I do love an olive green, and these are my kind of dirty greens. This is one of my favorites, swamp green. I don't think it's going to overtake olive, but I don't know. I do like it. I like it a lot. So if I was going to go on the more green rather than the olivey, I would go with this one, but these ones, you know, I haven't let these leave my desk for a while. So I'm just going to add this all the way through. I'm using a small blending tool because I'm using it on this large background and I'm just going all over. You could definitely use a larger one, or if you wanted to go into the smaller spaces individually, you could definitely use the mini one as well. Okay. Okay. So I've done that. I'm just going to do that. And I am going to add some kind of darker spots with the swamp green. So I'm just going to get a mini blending tool. With my minis, I always tend to dab them off in the lid. I don't know. I just find that it works better for me if I do that. Also, because I'm doing it in the lid, I can always grab that ink. I'm not wasting any of it. So don't feel you're wasting it if you're doing this. Okay. And then I was going to try and take it up a notch today. Serena, I know, especially greens. Greens have my heart. I don't know how many greens I need, but always green. All right, and what I'm going to do is I think we all forget that what you can do with stencils is what you used to do in little school, is use them to draw around, and then you would kind of color that in, right? And I think sometimes I forget that you can do that as well. So this is going to give a different look, like you've stamped it and then colored it rather than just stenciled it. Probably should have picked a technique that didn't take so long, but hey, we're here now. Or I could have used a smaller panel. That's what I could have done as well. Please let me know your favorites. I keep missing the comments because they just keep flying by so quickly. But if you do have a favorite, what have you bought? What could you not wait to get in your craft room? Did anyone subscribe to the new stencil art? Okay. You can tell I'm concentrating because I go quiet. And then you can also tell that I don't concentrate very often because, you know, I don't go quiet very often, but there we go. Okay. This is going to be a bit wiggly. It's not going to be perfect. But if you're at home, you are going to spend a little bit more time. I am sorry for my computer keep going off and off. I am getting messages. I know what I can do. One sec. Hopefully that will stop the messages coming through. Okay, so I'm getting there now. I am sorry, everyone. Also, did everyone go on the blog hop? What was everyone's favorite card? Does anyone have a favorite from the blog hop? Oops. Proper wiggle then, but it's all right. It's going to be good. All right. Oh, Aunt Nancy. Yep. A girl after my own heart. She is loving the olivey greens. I just love the touch of kind of dirtiness and naturalness that they've got to it. So I don't know if you can see that too well just yet, but we do have that outline on those images. I'll just add the outlines to these two, and I don't think we need to add them to the stems. So we do have the number 2 on there, and we also have Zero Waste Field of Flowers, so you know that this goes with this stencil set. We do have the etchings, so we can just easily line those up. Let's go with some pink flowers. Oh, the Tufted Elegance embossing folder. Did that one go in your basket or wish list yet, Samara? I'm going to go in with some mauve. Hi, Roxy. I'm going to add mauve all the way over, and then I am going to take some of that Berrylicious and add in some darker spots. I just love how quick and easy it is to create a background like this. Normally it would take forever to kind of stamp a background like this because you would have to figure out what went where, if things fitted in together properly. But with this, it's all done for you, so you don't need to worry. So this is the Berrylicious. So this one is acai berry. Please let me know if that is incorrect. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. And I just want to know if I'm not saying it right, please let me know and let me go and I'll go and check Google again. All right, so that's Berrylicious. I'm going to add a bit of the acai berry in too, just to add in some really darker points too. Okay, there we go. Samara says yes. She definitely popped those things in her basket. All right, so before we do that, and before I get a really dirty hand, I am just gonna give it a little wipe. Okay, and then we're just gonna finish off It's really easy to do. It does take a little time, but for a different look, especially for a special card and you wanted to spend a little bit more time, even though it doesn't take long to do this at all, you wanted to spend a little bit more time on this one, this may be a good way to go around. You could even do it with a gold pen. One of our gold gel pens or the silver one, that would be so pretty as well. So don't think that when you are outlining stencils, it necessarily needs to be in black. You could use a white one, gold, any color that you do have metallic would have been beautiful. Okay. Nancy, I was trying my best not to hum. You know, I just don't do humming. I'm trying to stay not humming. That's probably why I'm going so quiet. I'm concentrating on not humming. All right, okay. We're gonna keep going. It's so close now. Oh, and you know that I'm really nosy and all. Please let me know if you have had any special occasions and you maybe want a little bit of a shout out. Has it been your anniversary over the holiday season? Has it been your birthday? Please let me know. I'd like to say happy birthday. And I'm sure everyone here would like to say a big happy birthday if you have had one in the recent weeks. Okay. Close now. I'm thinking now, because I've talked about it, I should have done it in gold. Oh, Linda! Linda's birthday is in 8 days. A very early happy birthday to Linda. Okay. And there we go. You can see just how pretty that looks. I'm kicking myself now because Lydia, you should have done that in gold and it would have been sparkly and it would have been prettier. But it still looks great, but gold. No gold. All right, number 3. Let's pop this into place again, just using that etching to get that into place. And I'm going to go in with the oak moss. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm lying. I'm going to go in with a yellow color. What do I have? Ooh, citronella. Oh, Karen, you are definitely not out of your league. We all start somewhere. And if you want something really easy to do, I would recommend this layering stencil set. It is fabulous, really easy to do. All you're lining up, I don't know if you can see, is we do have etching on this stencil, and you're just lining that etching up with the stencil below it. So don't get scared. I always say that if you're stressing, the crafting's not working, because crafting is here to relax you. So don't worry too much about it. Just sit, just have a play, and you will create something beautiful. And someone is really going to love the card. You've spent so much time and effort on it, and they're going to know that you've done that. Okay? So there we go. We've added in the dots. And then last but no means least, we have number 4, which is going to add in the little stems and veins to the leaves. All right, pop that down. That's been stuck down. And I'm just going to grab, and I'm going to go in with oak moss for that one. Yes, thank you, Ali. Yes, the yellow citronella was from the wood warbler. The oak moss green is from the forest trails. Okay, so I'm going to add that all over again. I've grabbed my mini blending tools, because small blending tools, because these are my ride or die. So I'm just going to go over that. You can just see how easy that is to do. And we have created a whole background with me just jabbering. Smart. Yeah, this one is fabulous. And the colors, I love them so much. I just love that they are kind of dusky, more on the autumnal side. Even though I really need spring to come, these colors are beautiful. So that is the background that we have. We are going to need a sentiment, right? So I'm just going to move my mat over to the side. On my sentiments, I have used the One Go Loving Sentiments, and these are some of the ones that I have left. So if you didn't want the die, you don't necessarily have to have it. You can just do a chop and cut them. Karen, yes, these greens, so these 4, which is the aloe vera, the matcha tea, the swamp green, and the oak moss, can all be bought together, and this is called the Forest Trails. So that's the family of ink that you have there, and those inks are beautiful. I love them so much. The yellows as well, these have my heart as well. So this is the wood warbler. I'm sorry I've gone off on a tangent, but it's the icy lemonade, the oolong tea, the citronella, and the green gold. So a bit of a different yellow set there, more on the dirty side, I would say. I know people don't like me calling it dirty yellow, but that's kind of what it is. All right, so I'm gonna go with the Love You Dearly, and I'm gonna, I know I shouldn't, but I'm gonna do it with scissors. Sometimes I just feel really brave. And I know I shouldn't, because I'm never gonna get this straight, all right? So I'm just gonna, the way to get a straight line is to use really long scissors and not do snip, snip, snip. It's just more of a snip. Okay, so we've cut that down, and I'm gonna add a bit of a angle on there just to make it a little bit more different. And then we can add a little bit of foam tape, and then we have at least one project complete, which, okay, it's good. It's good, good, good. And then we can go through some of the samples that I have at the side too, just to refresh your memories on them. Okay. So I'm going to use my cutting and alignment mat. I add it to the little section in the center, and then I can use the guidelines on the side to do that. I know, Ali, sometimes I feel very brave, but look how wide it is there, and then it's very skinny there. So to kind of hide or disguise the fact that I wasn't that straight, that's why I've added that little thing on there. So there is ways to get around things so they're not that noticeable. So there we go. So that is the beautiful zero waste field of flowers. All right, I will show you a couple more samples later on, but I want to do something else. Okay. Shall we? Let's go with the. I'm trying to find what I'm after, but there we go. Let's go with the beautiful 3D embossing folder of the Enchanted Beginnings. We did have some really fun videos with Jen on this one, so do check out our social media. There's a fun one in there of how Jen chose her wedding dress. So there's a fun couple of videos there for you to go and watch if you're that way inclined. We do like to keep you entertained with crafting supplies and also fab videos as well. All right, so I'm just going to pop some of these away. And what I'm going to do is I am going to emboss this, but I want a white dress. And so if I was to emboss this on a white panel, it would be quite difficult for me to get a white dress unless I was going to color everything in. So what I'm going to do is I am going to emboss it onto a piece of color cardstock. This is just some parchment from the store. And I'm going to add that in, close it, and you can see where you're going to emboss things on your panel. You can use this on a larger card base. What you could also do is you could also cut out just the dress. I do have a sample to show you with those. Sorry, I'm just bringing that in, and it's heavier than I thought it was going to be. I really do need to work on some muscles. I don't have any. All right, so I'm going to pop my Enchanted Beginnings in. If you do have the Spellbinders Platinum 6, I find for my stencils, my 3D embossing folders, I take out one of the cutting plates, I leave the base one on, I use this little spacer, and then just one of the cutting plates, and that works fine for the embossing folder. So if you're wondering how to use it on the Platinum 6, that's how I use mine. Okay, and you can see that that just went through perfectly. Yes, Tracy, great for bridal showers, great for anything. I do have a sample here, I believe, of it as like a prom dress. So if you were making like prom congratulations, I don't know what kind of cards you would make with the prom dress, but if you did want to make one, we have one. Or you could have one that was like, do you want to be my bridesmaid? If you just did the dress in a fun color, that would be fabulous as well. So I've just run that through my machine, and you can see just how well that has embossed. It is so pretty. I love this on the craft cardstock. And then we have the simple coloring stencil set for it. Now mine was a prototype, so I do need to wiggle mine a little bit, but yours has been updated. So if you are buying this stencil, it will fit perfectly. All right, so I'm just gonna add that on. I love this sticky mat. This sticky mat has my heart. All right. Oh, one sec. Oh, I thought I put it away, but I didn't. It's always great to be messy. I was like, oh no, I'm going to need my cloud wipe. I don't. It's here. Okay. So this is a pigment ink. I always recommend you have a separate blending tool for a pigment ink. And this is pretty juicy. Trying to add more of that ink around the edges. You could add some gems on here as well. You know, if you had some tiny gems, definitely add some bling to this dress. That would be so pretty. Okay. All right. So I haven't done all of it, so it's blocked out, but just look how opaque. Just using it with a blending tool, that is. Karen, yes, it will wash out, but I would always recommend to use the same one for pigment inks. They're never quite the same once you've used a pigment ink on it. But yeah, I just want to let you know. You could also use a foam blending brush to do it with the pigment ink if you wanted to, or you could use a makeup brush. You could use a piece of tissue, a cotton wool bud, if you didn't want to use it on your fresh ink or your dye ink ones. So sequins on Tracy. Wow, that would be cool. That would be awesome. Okay, so sorry, I'm reading the comments because I'm like, oh, yeah, that sounds good. All right, so I am going to add this around the dude now. I'm going to color in his dapper little suit. He is going to have a brown suit. I know. Or you could have a green one, but we're going brown. And because we have his little jacket here, I want the pants to be a little bit darker. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to grab a piece of paper and This is just a load of scrap paper that I have on the side. And I'm just going to add that over the jacket so I can add some colour underneath the jacket first. So I'm using Mocha, and this is from the coffee break set. Okay, so I'm adding that ink down first. I will remove this piece of paper, but I do want that kind of darkness there first. So you can see that we've got that. And then when we add over it, you'll still have that line, but you will have darker under the jacket. I just add a little bit more realism to it. I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect, but you know, we'll try. Hey, Teresa. It's been a while. Okay, and then we're going to add in his little shoe. I love the fact that it's got all these little details in. Nancy, I was going to ask Teresa where she'd been as well. Oh, I'm sure you'll get there, Teresa. We do have some kind of really pinky purple new colors that I'm sure you would love. All right, so that one, it was the espresso again from the coffee break. And you can see just how cool that looks there. I am going to add in the flowers. I want white flowers, but because pigment ink takes a little while to dry, I'm going to do the leaves first. So I'm going to pop the leaves in. Oh, Sweet 16 cards. Yes, that would work as well. I'm going to go in with the Forest Trail set again, and I'm going to go with the Swamp Green this time. Okay. Didn't take a lot. Okay. And then we're going to add that down. And just a little bit of the white. I already had enough on my blending tool. You could have definitely done them some different colors if you wanted to, but just look how pretty that looks. Didn't take a long time to do, so you could definitely make multiples if you wanted to. I do have a card with this kind of look, so here we go. You can see here, this is one that I created, and I just added a foiled sentiment on that, and I did add some little stamens to the center of the flowers just with a marker pen, so you can definitely create a different look on there. So I am going to go through some of the samples that I had with here. It looks great on really dark cardstock, just with a touch of kind of highlights onto the suit. This is the one that I created with kind of a prom in mind, so with a really dark dress. Was actually using the Berrylicious and the acai berry from the dried petals set that we had. This is one that I created just with the dress. So what I did is I embossed the whole image. I then cut around the dress. I cut around the bouquet as well, and I got rid of the dude. Sorry, dude. I got rid of him. I popped the bouquet just under the dress. So he's still kind of there. There's a part of him. And then I colored in the dress just using markers. So I just used little dots with the markers and then colored in there as well. And then this one is more along the simple kind of look. So if you're going to do it on some white cardstock, you can use a really light color for the dress and a gray suit on there. So that is the fabulous Enchanted Beginnings. I'll just go through some more of the samples that I have to the side. I went through these before, so this was using the Mini Delight Booming Blossom, I believe it is. I'm just going to check on that. Bountiful Blooms, sorry. So this is the Mini Delight Bountiful Blooms, and we just got a few samples using this. is using the stamp wheel to create a wreath. This time I cut them out using the coordinating die and then use them again, stamp wheel, and then just a simple one there. This is, with the Build a Garden daisy crown. See how simple you can create that. That was just using one of the images, a simple coloring stencil, and then the coordinating die, and just adding a sentiment there. I believe this is from the Loving Sentiments One Go. Then we have some from the Dynamic Duo Whimsy Bouquet. That is a beautiful look. You can definitely create lots of different things with this one. And then last but not least, I have some samples using the Field of Flowers. So this one is the one that we created the first card with. So this one here, but I did not add in any detail lines on this one. And I used some of the kind of shimmer paste for the circles just to not take away from anything there. This one uses the stencil and the die. You can see that that's popped up. And then you can use that die piece, the negative, for a different project. Just to frame a sentiment is another way that you can use it. And we do have tons of inspiration on the blog using the new products. Okay. Yes, so the Dynamic Duo and the Mini Delight will be in the Ultimate subscription for January, Karen. Yep, Tracy, the Zero Waste Field of Flowers has my heart. It is beautiful. It really is. It's so fun to play with, so easy to use, and hopefully you guys will have so much fun using it as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me this evening or this morning or good night, wherever you are. I really do hope that this has inspired you to go and grab your supplies and get creating. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much, Ali, for adding in the links. I'm sorry I did go quite quick. I'll try and not go as quick next time. And I really do hope that you have a great rest of your week and that you have a great weekend too. Thank you so much. See you again soon. Bye-bye.